Hi, welcome back to our kitchen. Today, my mum-in-law is coming to tea, so we're going to be making some apple oat muffins, which I can present her for tea. She's always curious as to how we eat and what we eat, and this is a really great way of showing her that we eat really nice, delicious, nutritious snacks as well. So I've made my own applesauce, where I've actually included a bit of dates in as well. If you're keen on learning how to make this yourself, then you can just make a comment in the description below and make a comment below, and then I will try and do a video for this for you. But it's really simple. You're literally just boiling peeled chopped apples with some water, and then I threw the dates in as well, and then I blitzed that with a stick blender, and I have my own applesauce. No preservatives, no additives, no nothing, just pure applesauce with some dates in. I added the dates because the first time I made this recipe, once I'd made the mixture, I decided it wasn't quite sweet enough, so I added sugar. This time around I decided to add dates. I made a batch yesterday, and they turned out great, so no need to add any more sugar. If you want to add some date syrup or some other healthy alternative, maybe some maple syrup in with your applesauce, then that's great. For me, this was the easiest and the cheapest way to do it. So let's get started. All right, so into my big bowl, I'm going to put 2 cups of rolled oats. And I need 1 cup of ground oats. You can buy ground oats in the store. I prefer to grind mine, so I'm going to use my grinder here. And I'm just going to do half at a time. Simple as that. Don't need to make it too fine. So that's going to go straight there. Alright, done with that. In with our dry ingredients, we're going to put 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 3 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'm using Ceylon cinnamon. Now 1 teaspoon is a tablespoon. I just have a teaspoon measure with me. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of bicarb or bicarbonate of soda, baking soda. And I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of ginger, ground ginger. And then I found these lovely jumbo raisins. They're sun-dried seedless raisins. I got these from Food Lovers. They are really, when I say jumbo, they mean it. This thing's huge. So I'm going to put 1/2 cup in. My daughter loves raisins in my oat muffins, so we'll add about 1/2 cup. These are quite big and they do stick together, so I'm just going to break them apart with my fingers. I could even cut these up just to make them smaller. You could add in what you like, so if you want to cut up some dates or put raisins in, really anything, it just adds a little bit of sweetness, and it really is such a nice combination with the cinnamon and the oats. It really turned out great, and the apple, really a nice combination. Alright, that looks good. I'm not adding any salt into my recipe. I've made it now 3 times, doesn't need any salt. But I am going to mix this together, and then I'm going to put my wet ingredients in this bowl. So give me a sec. Got my spatula in hand. I'm going to give this a good mix. This is so just to make sure that all the baking powder and bicarb is all the way through the mixture. What we're going to find is we're going to put apple cider vinegar in with our apple sauce, and that's going to react with the bicarb, and it's going to help with making just a little bit lighter. It is quite a dense muffin, even with the baking powder and the bicarb. It's not a very refined flour muffin where it's really puffy. This is a denser muffin, but it's absolutely incredible. Really is, I think, my new favorite. And I don't have a sweet tooth, but this does it. Really lovely. All right. So you're going to need 2 cups of applesauce. You can buy store-bought applesauce if you like, or you make it your own. But that's the one I made, and in it I've got the dates as well that I mixed in. I know this is about 2 cups. I'm going to pour it straight in. And I made my applesauce I used 6 apples and a cup of water, and then some dates, and it wasn't even a lot of dates. It was just really so that it could reconstitute and I could blend it up together. It worked out great. Yeah, I think I've got most of it out. I'm making a mess. All right, so into that I've got my apple cider vinegar, and I'm going to put 2 teaspoons. So 2 teaspoons of, that's a little bit more than a teaspoon. 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, and I'm just going to mix that in with my applesauce. I've made a mess. Let's just do that. Give that a while. All right. And then I'm going to pour that in with my mixture. It really is that simple. So if you're using store-bought applesauce and you haven't made your own, it is still a really quick and easy recipe. It's got nothing fancy in it. And these my family just love. And that's it. Wet and dry, mixed together. Give them a good mix. And you'll see straight away that the vinegar and the bicarb are going to start reacting. And you can almost smell the reaction. Just making sure that everything is incorporated. And I don't have any dry spots. That's it. Look at that. So there you have it, all mixed together. And I've got these silicone cups. You could use paper cups if you want, but the silicone I find works really well. We're going to use our glass oven. It's just like a little convection oven, countertop convection oven. And with this, I do find that the top cooks really well, but the bottom doesn't. So occasionally I will turn my muffins upside down just so that the bottom cooks as well. So if you're using a regular oven, obviously you don't need to do that. You're going to wait until you're inserting a toothpick or something sharp just to check to see that it's cooked all the way through, and that's it. Just leave it in until it's cooked. I will time this for you. I cook them at 180 degrees, and I will let you know how long it takes me to do it in my trusty glass oven. It may take you longer, it may take you less time. It really depends on your oven. I would just keep an eye on it. Wait until it's got that nice sort of golden brown look on the top before you start poking it with anything. And if you feel, if you've got an oven like mine, where you feel that the top's cooking nicely but it potentially could burn, I just turn all of mine upside down. I take the first layer out first, and then the second layer of muffins I leave a bit longer, and I do the same thing as well. I'll turn them upside down, or I might even move them up onto that top rack. So really up to you. I'm sure a lot of you have baked before. If you haven't, baking is not really, it's not a science. There are some principles that you need to learn, but if you know those, really knowing how to put baking soda and vinegar together, that you need wet and dry ingredients, really the more you do it, the more accustomed you'll be to baking. So I'm going to fill these up and pop them in the oven at 180, and then we'll check back to see what happens. My recipe makes 12 of these cups, and I just fill it to the top. They will rise a little, but that's how full I make them. Show you. These were quite cute. I can't remember where I picked these up. There you go. I seem to be missing 2 of my cups, so I'm just going to grab 2 paper cups and I'm going to do the last 2 muffins and then pop them in. The thing with paper cups is if you're not using a tray to hold them in place, they do flatten. So I'm taking a risk doing this. They're probably going to look kind of silly, but I don't want to have to run 2 batches. So I'm going to do this and pop them all in. On the bottom and just almost put them up against each other. $180 and let's see how long it takes. Okay, they've been in now for 20 minutes, so I'm going to just take them out, and oh, that smells incredible. I'm going to turn these top ones over and just give them about another 4 or 5 minutes, just so that I know for certain that they've cooked underneath. With this kind of thing where it has a fan and the heat is blowing down, often there's not enough heat from the bottom, like a regular oven, to cook from the bottom. So I'm going to flip these over, just give them a few more minutes, and then I'm going to take the top row out to put them on my grid to cool down. Remember, this is going to be incredibly hot, so please don't burn yourself. Remember to use something to turn them over, use a cloth or gloves, or my handy bra tongs. We'll just give those a few more minutes before we take them out. All right, that 5 minutes is up, so let's take the top row out. Now, I know from experience that those bottom ones, the bottom needs even more cooking. So I'm actually going to remove them, put this top grid back and put them on the top and flip them upside down. Just to give them a good chance of cooking all the way through. We'll give that another 5 minutes. I love using silicone cups and silicone mats and silicone just baking ware in general, because you can use it over and over again without there being any waste. So no need to throw away paper cups. There's no need to use any oil in your baking trays. It's really a great way of buying a product that's really going to last a long time. So do yourself a favor, invest in some silicone cups. You won't be sorry. We'll let these cool down and then we'll have a taste. Okay, the 5 minutes is up, so we're going to take them out. Cooling down for long, but let's give them a try. Perfect. So that just pops out of the silicone cup. They're pretty warm, but I wanted to show you what they look like. So this is so delicious. Look at that. Burning my fingers a little, but I can't wait to try them. And that's good. I hope that you'll give this a like, thumbs up, that you'll subscribe and see some more treats in the future. And don't forget to let me know in the comments if you want to know how to make an applesauce. Have a good day.